Welcome everybody to match 6. We are live. Jesse, Nelson, and Thumbs Up in the house. What's up, Devin? You guys are watching live. Say hello. We want to welcome you. Where's the people in Vietnam at? We got Serbia. Okay, this is going to be a good match. Yeah. Shout out to our sponsor for this match, Finsweet. Amazing. They just released the components, and so you guys can try it out really quick. We'll be talking a little bit about that, but if you haven't checked it out, make sure you check that out. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Jesse, Nelson, Devin, how you guys doing?
Doing good. Excited to be here.
Yeah, same. What is this? Semifinals number 2, and the matches are just getting closer and closer. And I'm just, it's cliche, but I am excited to see what these two teams bring to the table because, yeah, it's Robusta. And was I supposed to introduce? Sorry, I'll stop.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. We can chat. I mean, yeah, what they did with the sushi theme, that was pretty crazy. I wonder if we're going to be seeing more pandering towards Webflow, Vlad, and McGuire. So that was really fun to watch.
The cat community, but they really left out the dog community, and that was not nice.
Oh, you never leave them out for sure.
Yeah.
They're gonna come after you. You know, I think one thing that I was really impressed about one of the matches in particular, I don't think that anybody else noticed this. So I actually had to DM Nelson in the middle of the match and be like, "Did you notice that one of the teams, they did all the site and whatnot, and then they added a favicon to it. They decided, I'm gonna leave the designer view and go to project settings and add the favicon." And I was like, "What? Who does that? You have 30 minutes." And you're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do a little 32 by 32 thing."
Yeah. It says something about you as a person if the favicon is top of mind in the midst of a 30-minute rush job. It's nice. I like it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful little touch.
And
Now,
then we
if they
got
did
the
the web clip-
ninjas. We got the ninjas. We got some big fans. Jason Para is in the chat. He's like Team Flow Ninja. So, and fun fact, Kika, she was part of Flow Ninja. She competed in the Reloom Design League. She came
Great designer,
second,
by the way.
Came second place. So, I mean, Flow Ninja is producing good designers and developers. So this is going to be a good match.
It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah. Say hi to people in the chat. The Cloudfish, Vietnam, Nicola, Serbia, Kevin's here, Margia, Nam, Unique Star. Yeah.
We got Nguyen Hung, Nguyen Lan or Ian. Welcome.
Yeah.
Bring people in. Share this link right now. Let's go.
Yeah, share the link and don't forget to click the like button.
Yeah.
Let's see how many likes we can get
Subscribe.
on this one.
You have to. If you don't click it, it's actually illegal. I was told. I don't know.
Yeah, well, a minute before we begin, predictions, everyone. Josh, what is your prediction? Like,
you put me on the
taking it?
spot.
Yeah,
I can't. I have to remain neutral. I just think like both teams are. I'm going to be very political and or politically correct. Sorry, and both teams are great. They're champions, and so that's all I have to say.
There's a little part of me that wants to just go the opposite. Maybe I'm just a contrarian. Like I wanna throw a prediction in. I want to go hard in the paint on one side. I think I watched the replay of Flow Ninja. I wasn't there for that one. Highly impressive. But there's something about Team Robusta's attitude and their storytelling that makes me. I'm a fan.
I was just gonna say the same thing.
I'm a bit of fangirl right now.
Yeah. Devin?
I know. Okay. I know we're not supposed to take sides. It's like
10 seconds.
I
10 seconds.
I even changed my light over here to purple because it's a mix of red and blue. Because I know Jesse's blue. If everybody notices, his backlights are blue. What
2
does
seconds.
that say?
1.
All right, we're gonna start. Here we go. Yo, hello everyone. Welcome to the arena where raw talent meets raw competition. I'm your host, Josh Lowe, and I'm here with the dynamic duo once again, the design guru, Jesse Showalter, and the pixel geek himself, Nelson Abelos Jr. Right now, I'd also like to introduce my new co-host, a product designer, Webflow mastermind, and the co-founder of Footer. He's cooked up design content for Realoom, Flux Academy. He's also competed and commentated in the Realoom Design League. He loves cooking, is a fashionista, and all-around amazing human being. Let's give a big round of applause for my good friend, Devin Fountain. What's up, guys? Yo, it is match 6 in the arena tournament, the last of the semifinals. The teams are competing for a grand prize. First place, $5,000 with a VIP config tickets. And for second place, $3,000 and $100 of Figma merch. And then third place is for $1,000 with $50 Figma merch. So there's a lot at stake here. Jesse, Devin, Nelson, how you guys doing?
I'm feeling excited.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Same here. I mean, it's gonna be a close match. These matches are getting closer and closer, and this one is no exception because these are two big powerhouse agencies, and you've already seen it in their portfolios and in their previous rounds. So yeah, get hyped, everyone in the chat. This is gonna be good.
Dude, I'm super stoked. I feel like every single year, the competition gets better and better. Like in the earlier years, we all thought
Poop
"Yeah, that's
emojis,
really fast,"
you know?
like, yeah, like we all thought, wow, we're so fast, we're able to design in 30 minutes. And then in 2024, these teams are like, that's it? You can only design in 30? We're gonna show you what we can do in 15 and 15.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, just fire me. Just take my job.
It's been pretty fun. Well, let's go over and bring the teams on, and we'll kind of get their preparation, their thoughts here. So please welcome the teams. We have Marco, Sarah, Dang, and Alan back. How are you guys doing? Feeling good? Thumbs up, yes? All right. We have Serbia and Vietnam in the house. Marco and Sarah, let's hear from you two. How are you feeling? How's your preparation going into this match?
Marco, we have some strategy, but yeah, we have been preparing for this match. We have been analyzing Robusta's design and everything. So yeah, I think we are prepared.
All right. Dang, Ellen, watch out. She's a sharpshooter. She's got strategy, so careful. Pew pew. All right, well, dang, Alan, let's hear it from you guys. How are you doing coming into the second match? Oh, by the way, Alan made a video in the middle, like just to create content, just for fun. So check out his YouTube channel. I'll link his YouTube channel in the link in the description. So, dang, Alan, yeah, tell me how you feeling.
Hyper focus right now.
Oh, he's prepared. There you go.
He read the whole book right before the match.
In the 30 minutes, yeah.
Do you have any other version of that book, Alan?
Well, how to not give a beep. Oh my god, sorry, that was a bad joke.
Oh, so funny. Nelson, Devin, Jesse, do you guys have any questions for the team?
No,
I have no question.
Yeah.
Right.
I got one question.
Go ahead.
Who is pandering? Because, like Jesse was talking about in the pre-match,
That could be an old strategy, though. You know, it's
yeah,
like it's
who's
been
pandering
done.
to the dog community? Because last time Robusta was pandering to the cat community. So is this what Flow Ninja is going to be doing?
Hint, Flow Ninja.
Yeah,
that's
we
so
can't
funny.
give away too much of our tactics, so we're gonna keep that to ourselves.
Look how
Alright.
calm, cool, and collected Flow Ninja is. I don't know. They got something up their
Alan.
sleeve.
Yeah,
so
they're
very
a little
interesting.
too calm. So my question for Flow Ninja is, so last time Robusta had too much time at the end. They kind of
That's
just
true.
sat around at the end and flaunted how much time they had left. Are you going to use up all of your time this time, or just going to sit around? What's your strategy there?
Well, we're gonna deliver something big.
Uh-huh.
Just stay and wait.
I think Alan is going to literally read a book and edit a video in the middle of like the 30 minutes as well. So
I hope we get a screen capture of him holding the book and being like, "Can you move that to the right?"
yeah, just
so
one
funny.
hand,
Look at
book
his
open,
props.
other hand on the keyboard. Just
Oh,
Yeah.
What?
And the
is
next thing you
this?
know, he's gonna be watering his plant behind him.
And he's gonna. Yeah. So my website's this. Hold on, my mom's calling.
Oh, that's funny. All right, guys, ready to jump into the arena? Okay, let's go. Welcome to the arena, the ultimate test of speed, skill, and strategy. Each match features 2 teams entering the arena for an intense 2 versus 2 design battle. Each team has a designer working in Figma and a developer in Webflow. Teams are presented with a match theme consisting of a subject, style, and scope. Players are provided with a mood board and carefully curated design assets to aid them in their design. It's a race against the clock as teams have 30 minutes to design and build a section of a website. Once the time is up, each team will present their designs for our judges and a YouTube live audience to vote for the winner. Victory is granted to the team that earns the majority of 3 votes. That's 2 votes from our expert judges and 1 from you, the live audience. Who will rise as design legends? You hold the power to decide. Welcome to the arena. All right, everyone, here we are in Figma, and we're gonna reveal the theme. It's called Vibe Vault. All right, so the subject is a music licensing platform, and the style is modern minimalistic style here. So let's go to the mood board. You can see here we got Billie Eilish. There's like browsing music here. It's really cool. There's different UI layouts of just different album work. And it's really cool. There's a lot of attitude. So obviously, if you guys love music covers, that's what we're all about for this match here. Again, we got like Spotify. We got some like records rotating, some like sound graphics and all that. So that's what we got. Over here with videos, let me share. This is kind of what we got here for the video files. That's sourced by Pexels. It is free. So we got some really cool assets there, and then we have some like images. We got some classical, some really abstract album art here. Things that you would just expect from just different showcases for album art. So we got some K-pop, some rock, some just random vibes. It's really good. It's feeling good. We got some records, and then moving over to illustrations on the left. We got a lot of assets in this match. Some cassette tapes, rock, like a little kiss tongue, headphones, and then we have Lotties, and then finally some miscellaneous. We got like sound waves going on here, so lots to play with. And we're gonna go over to the scope, which is a slider component. All right, so obviously this is kind of a music browsing section, explore our sound collection. So this is the suggested wireframe. Of course, the teams, if they want to blow it up, take it however they want, it's totally up to them. But speaking of sliders, I do want to share that our match sponsor is Finsweet. They just released recently components, so check this out, because now with their component sliders, you can create like custom JavaScript baked in. I mean, these are some examples here, really, really powerful, all in the Webflow app. So check it out. That's Finsweet components. Okay, that wraps it up for match 6 theme. Marco, Sarah, how are you feeling with this theme here?
Oh, sorry. I really like the theme. I think we have a lot of to use and play around with. So, yeah, excited.
Okay. Nice. Alan, Dang, you feeling good about this one?
Yeah, pretty good team.
We're
All
gonna
right.
cook.
Okay. That's
We
cool.
gotta cook as well.
All right. Ready to start? Let's kick it off. All right. All right. Are you ready to design?
And build.
Here we go, guys. We're going to count from 4 this time. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay. We're
And
off to
they're
the
off.
races. Sarah, we need you to share your screen. That would be great.
I don't know what's going on with Marco, but immediately in the first second, I saw him throw
All right,
some
perfect.
stuff in the head code instantly.
Yeah, that's when you
It was
know
just like,
that
copy paste.
they're. That's when you know they're serious business.
Yeah,
Because-
both these teams have now they've gone through the ringer. Maybe they know what it's like to come up with a slight game plan or come to the table with a slight game plan, but both of them now are like, we already have a plan. We have at least like a pathway they're walking down, and I feel like Webflow development is already like 10 steps like down the road than some of the previous
Yeah.
matches.
And just like the previous match, it seems like Robusta's already off to like somewhat, if I can say, a cocky start with the "we want client request" in the H1. So it's very obvious that they're not just like, yeah, we think we're gonna win, but we know we're gonna win at this point.
Yeah.
And we
a
want a
little cocky.
challenge.
So speaking of that, client request, if you're watching on YouTube, on the top left, you can see a client request. If you're watching live, there is a pinned comment. There's a link there. Go there. Actually, let me share with you real quick. And so if you just have to put in your email here, and then you should be able to show it, submit a client request, and then that'll just fill up. And then we can add, like, maybe change the font or switch all the images to videos. Who knows? It could be different. So make sure you fill that in. Okay. They are off to a really good start. I like what Dang is doing. He's just throwing in some album art right here, exploring different layouts. This is going to be interesting. The theme, again, the style is modern minimalism. So this is an interesting take.
Definitely, he's definitely taking very similar to their last performance, which is thinking in states of animation, right? Whether it's like scroll animations or moving from A to B. So like you can already see him kind of like concepting those things out. And I'm wondering how quickly, I mean, it seemed like in the last challenge, the transition or the handoff between Dang and Alan between design and development went really quickly. I would expect the same kind of collaboration here. Ooh, we got vinyl coming out of sleeves already.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's what I like to see. That's really cool.
I never would have thought of that. Making it into an album sleeve.
Yeah, I think that one of the big advantages of building in this format is not only is it, we have to get something done right away. We have to get this done immediately. There's no time to think. There's only time to do good stuff. But the other advantage is that we don't have to worry about clean code. Like we're not focused on a beautiful variable system, a column and rows system that we can extend to like other pages. We're just like, hey, let's put a record on this, and like the record will come out when we scroll. That's what we're all about.
Nothing wrong with div block 425. Nothing wrong with frame 12,064.
Pixels, totally cool. Rems, forget about it, buddy.
Okay. Sarah's going for the K-pop. I like it.
It looks like
That's
we're getting a
interesting.
hip hop thing on the right and sort of a K-pop like
It's a
ultra
CD jewel
minimalist
case.
mono.
Yeah,
thing.
it's also it's a little bit of
that's
a
cool.
battle of the ages, right? We got vinyl versus CD.
Yeah. Oh, did you see what Marco's got going on a load? We're getting sort of like the CD stack case rotation thing.
Okay.
He's already got that literally going.
Wow.
That must have been part of that initial code he just dropped in at the start.
Yeah. Can we zoom in on that jewel case? I just want to see like the details on that.
Yeah. Let's zoom in and we're in Figma here. Look at this.
Let's see that. Ooh.
Okay.
That's rad.
Yeah, that is really cool. Shout out to Jonathan. He helped put together the assets here, and it's really, really Really bringing me back here.
Yeah.
Very fun to see similar concept, which is the use of album art applied to an element, whether that's like the jacket of of a vinyl or like the jewel case of a CD. So it's like same idea, and then just immediately diverges in different implementation, right? One's very collage, like animated. The other one looks like it's going to be a true blue kind of like slider interaction.
You know, Jesse,
Yeah.
one might consider the hero of the website to be the album cover. No.
Hmm.
So this is sort of meta in a way, right? We're sort of like they're designing the album cover for these albums. No?
You know,
Yeah.
I was right there with you. That's good.
Very meta. Very meta.
I feel like go ahead.
I want to ask a question, like, what's your process for deciding whether or not a slider is the right choice for content or a website?
Yeah. I want to hear Jesse's answer.
Oh, I was just going to say I wanted to hear Nelson's answer.
Let's go. Yeah, put it off to Nelson.
Nelson,
please
ask
continue.
for Josh's answer first,
Yeah.
and then we'll just go full circle.
Okay. Yeah, I've been thinking about this a lot, and before
Sliders,
I give
guys.
my answer, Josh, what do you think about sliders?
Yeah. Well, look. I'll share with you pros and cons because I think I was talking. Who was it? Oh, I'm forgetting the name. Anyways, doesn't matter. Sliders is tricky because you are hiding content, right? And so I think the evolution from it is carousels because it was just an easy thing. But I don't know, like for Webflow users, you know how notorious sliders is. It's people don't like it. So the con is you're hiding content, but then there's this interactability around it. But if you look at like Netflix and YouTube and all these content browsing UI platforms, they use it. So yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting how that's a functional thing to use in a website.
Yeah.
I'll just say
I
that.
think I'll jump in and just say I think the navigation needs have changed over the last like 5 to 7 years.
Right.
When you have large catalogs of information, the horizontal kind of scroll or carousel kind of interaction has become really useful because otherwise we're just vertically scrolling into our demise, into death. Right. So like giving people options to quick shop in these kind of categorized catalogs, I think becomes incredibly helpful. Whereas if you have a minimal amount of content, you're going to throw it into a carousel of some sort, it's overkill. It's like bringing a tank to a knife fight. You bring a tank to a tank fight. And that's when we have large catalogs, that's what we're really talking about, in my opinion.
Great
when
answer.
it comes to UX, like Jesse's saying, there's like so much content nowadays, and it all depends on that user experience. When someone's going to Netflix, either they're searching exactly for the show that they want, or they want to find suggestions, and so they're like casually browsing and they have time because what's their experience? They're on the couch or something and they're just mindlessly scrolling for content to find or searching for the exact content they want to find. For marketing sites who just want to tell the stories and be as concise as possible, you don't want to hide information. You want to show as much as possible, but still be concise. So someone who's looking through a marketing site and thinking, should I go with this agency or not? Or should I buy this product or not? Shouldn't hide information because people aren't really browsing for multiple things. So it's all about the use case. And there's, there's a time and place for everything.
I'm about 95% with Nelson on this one, that it is mostly.
Well, I don't like that other 5%. So
the other 5% is hot spicy take. Look, take everything Nelson said and go, okay, yeah. Then the 5% go, actually, I have bad news. Sliders are just carousels in like a way cooler outfit. I'm sorry.
I like that hot take. I don't think that's very much of a hot take at all.
Yeah.
That is just
People see carousels and they're like, ew, they're hiding so much information. And you see a fancy swiper JS, you see your slide JS, you see this beautiful parallaxing, and ooh, it's got a hover when you click on it, and you're like, oh, dude, this is a carousel. I fell for it again. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, well, it's how you package it,
Yeah.
It's just a paginated slider with
Speaking-
nice clothes on.
Speaking of sliders, by the way, if you look at Dang's stream, we can see that he's adding swiper arrows. I don't like that. What's
Ooh.
happening there?
You don't like it? That's a
It's
nice guide,
carousel.
though, yeah?
That's a carousel.
Oh, I see.
I was gonna so
all
hot
right.
take. I was gonna say the top screen that you can see Alan working on right now is kind of this collage format.
I love that.
Experience wise, click on one of those, and I was gonna say if I don't see some sort of really clear navigation in between items,
Yeah.
once they tunnel into that product, then it's going to be a loss for me. It's going to fail for me a little bit,
Yeah.
because I don't want to keep tunneling in and out. I want to be able to tunnel in and then shop a little bit, whether it's scan, scroll, whatever. So
Yeah,
if they immerse
sure.
too much and lose my kind of context to the global navigation, it's going to be not so great in my opinion.
So you kind of do need those arrows happening.
Yeah, you need something, but I agree with Devin. Like maybe arrows it's a half measure. It's maybe not.
Yeah.
Well, guys, with 4 minutes remaining in the first half, how do you feel like they're doing?
Ooh.
I feel like they're doing great. I feel like this is now, because it's such a semifinals, we're nitpicking at things like arrows and navigational patterns. That's a Cadillac problem, that we're nitpicking those things. They're moving.
Like Jesse, let's be real. Could we do this? No.
There's no way I'm doing it. Literally,
look.
if I was in the midst of this stressful environment, I'd be going, what is that thing called? Oh,
Like-
an arrow? I just couldn't.
If you want to play it off this way, especially for people in the audience, because I know it's really easy to watch a sport and be like, they did what? I wouldn't have done it that way. Well, yeah, of course you're not a professional, but think about it like this. They are the chefs, they are cooking for us, and we are critics. And we get to say as many bad things or good things as we want, and no one can say otherwise.
From the safety of our commentating.
The
It's
question
like-
is, who's the Gordon Ramsay among us? That's the question.
Not me. I'm too nice.
Yeah, we're too humble. We're like, no, I'm not gonna claim that. Hey, by the way, I know who's done this and who's in the chat. We have Kika Ivanovic and we have Benton. What's up, guys? They faced off. You can check it out, the Reeling Design League. They did a burger theme match.
So good.
So yeah, shout out to you guys. Thanks for showing up. Tell us in the chat, how was that? No, this is great. This is so fun. Coming back to the whole thought of like sliders. I mean, if you look here, I'm just gonna show my screen. The UI of browsing content, you got like thumbnails, you got details of information for text. Where's the Spotify one that we had here? Yeah, here, Spotify. I mean, there's so much to consider for something like this. Of course, you know, they're not building out a whole full app in 30 minutes, but like the whole UX of making the process of finding, browsing, music, making it intuitive for both professionals and casual users. That is a challenging thing to consider. There's a lot of different ways to go about that.
Yeah. Luca
I'm not
in chat. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jesse.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I'm happy. I'm thankful that I'm not judging, because, there's one. I just get to commentate. There's one of these, like, some considerations that are really hard in this one. Like, it's a fun theme, but also it's a really it's a tough one because of the amount of information that you probably should offer to users. Like, and I'll respect the hell out of it if they can bring in more than just a big album art and the title of a song, but instead bring some track listings, some suggested like song. If they bring in that level, like they're thinking about it also like an experience. I get that they can't build a full web app today, but for me, it would go a long way if I was a judge.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like breaking out of that thing. I think that if we were participating, we would probably just, bump up the border radius from 8 to 12, just back and forth for about 30 minutes until we go. I think it's 6, actually.
Yeah.
All right, we have less than a minute left in the first half.
Yeah, it still can go either way. Like they're both sides are just really preparing the plate, preparing their ingredients, and I kind of see where each team is going, but until I see like interactions really come into play, yeah, it's hard to tell which side is really winning. I did see Alan though. He was using Finsweet components, and I'm really
Okay.
interested. Yeah, really interested how he's using it. So, yeah, we'll see.
All right, here we go. Prepare your questions, everyone. All right, guys, welcome back. How are
Well
y'all
done.
doing?
Well done.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Thumbs up. Where are you at? You're feeling good? Feeling bad about your progress? Okay. All right. Well, this is why we have half times. It's a good time to take a breath, reassess your strategy, maybe take a peek at the other team's design. Jesse, Nelson, Devin, do you guys have any questions? Like we saw some code being injected. You want to ask on like what they're doing and all that stuff. Who wants to pipe in here?
I'll jump in with that initial kind of question.
Yeah.
Piggybacking off your statement, Josh. I saw initial, like maybe Marco and the other teams. Like, start with you, Marco. I saw initial code get injected.
Mhm.
What kind of game plan? Can you tell us without ruining anything? What kind of game plan did you come in knowing you were going to inject that code right away?
Yeah, so the code was injected because we saw other teams honestly do it before. So we were like, okay, may as well use this if other teams are going to use it. But overall, it wasn't really a key feature within our setup. Mainly, it was to just smooth some things around and make sure that everything's working properly, like to a knot. But overall, the structure is primarily in Webflow, and we still have some time to wrap up the loose ends. So yeah.
Nice. Robusta, any initial kind of like implementations that were driven by your plan?
We try to go with the most minimal design with the most impact. I still have the adrenaline.
We'll have something cooked up for you in the second half.
Okay. All right. I see people in the chat like, let him cook. Let him cook.
Yeah, I don't like how calm Deng is. It feels too threatening. It feels like he really is gonna cook. I got a question for Marco and Sarah first. While everybody was building, you were doing those beautiful jewel cases. Deng and Alan were doing the records, which is kind of interesting that you're both doing this like dichotomy of music. What is your opinion on carousels and sliders on websites?
Should I go?
Yes.
Yeah, so we have two very different points of view here. So Sarah is primarily a designer and I'm primarily a developer. I definitely had some issues before with swipers, but during the time that I was actually working, like during my career, I actually really got fond of them. And even at a certain time while Flow Ninja was developing certain like internal products, I was actually the one working on a product called Bougie Sliders, which was like a library of sliders for Webflow utilizing Swiper.js. So over the years, even though I didn't initially like it, in the end it turned out to be probably one of my strongest fortes. Hopefully I'm gonna make this one properly and we'll see.
I think he had to learn the sliders because our design team really liked the slider animations and everything. So yeah.
And Deng and Alan?
Sorry, what was the question again?
How do you feel about sliders and carousels as a developer, as a designer?
Alan?
To be honest, sliders it's a bit hard to work with, but if you know how to work with it, you can actually maximize the impact. Wink.
Great. Good answer. Well, guys, we'll give you a minute left. Back to you, and I think we'll just get ready for the second half. So let's switch it over, guys. If only we change the theme to like burgers, so then we have sliders for sliders. That'd be kind of fun. That'd be funny. But we've had a lot of food themes, so it's all good.
Yeah, literally let them cook.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm excited. Halfway through, this is really when anything can go. We've kind of seen a little bit of their preview, their plan for the design. So it'll be really up to Marco Alan to bring it to life. So
Yeah. Hey, before we get started the second half, everyone in the live chat, thank you so much for all the hype. 116 of you watching, but only 16 of you have pressed that like button. Let's get that higher. All right. If you like this content, Josh has put so much work into it. So support the man. Let's get those likes up and share this link out.
thank you, sir. With that, we're gonna go over to the second half in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
They're back on.
All right. Yeah, I'm excited. Like, oh,
This is
okay.
when the
you're seeing
animations
some
happen.
animations there
There we
already.
Yeah.
Okay, look at that.
Chat
I was about to say, like,
GPT?
the latter 50% of the match is always like the first 50% people are watching and they're going, okay, kind of what's happening here? We got design, whatever. The latter 50% is always, all right,
What
let's.
is-
Whoa, are we?
What
in,
is that? What app is that?
Is this Jitter?
Unicorn.studio.
Is this Unicorn?
Unicorn
Oh
Studio.
wow, this is that WebGL animator.
Oh, dude,
so
they're
Unicorn.
cooking.
So Unicorn is a WebGL GUI that's sort of like Webflow is to HTML and CSS, or Framer
Shoot.
is to React HTML CSS. So when they say they're cooking, they really mean it. Like,
Oh,
we're gonna see
wow.
some sick WebGL right now.
I've never
Sick.
seen this app.
I've never
ever.
heard of it either.
I'm looking at it right now. It's gonna add. I love it. It says make your site
Yeah.
down. They're literally going all in right now.
So if they know how to use it,
Oh,
I think
boy.
we're gonna see some really cool stuff. If you want to check it out, it's unicorn.studio. They're not sponsoring this, but it's still really cool.
Let me check
Jason
this
is saying unicorn. That's unfair. Hey, use any tool you want. Oh,
Yeah, they're like, hey,
Whoa,
gloves off.
okay.
We're bringing unicorns to the table right now.
You can say it's unfair, but then we can say it's fair for Marco to just copy paste code immediately, and that could have just injected a whole website, and we would never even know.
This is the thing about this tournament, having the Webflow portion of it. You can bring in any type of code, and it's just so fun to see what people can bring in. I mean, I was looking forward to seeing like Rive animations or Spline. We did see some Spline with Joseph Berry in his first match, but it's just so awesome.
Now, if we see some Adobe Flash show up, then I'm gonna be trembling. I'm gonna be trembling in my chair.
you mean Shockwave?
if we see Shockwave or Flash show up, like, you open Unicorn, I'm like, oh wow. You open Rive, I'm like, dang. You open Flash, I'm like, oh god, they're about to really cook.
Yeah, can you
We're-
imagine if Marco just started typing an action script, just like
We're
Yeah,
showing
just
our
do,
age.
like stick death animations. If you guys remember that, I don't know if you were
Guys,
stick death
look at
fans.
that.
good old do
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay.
Dude.
Calm down.
Holy
Calm
What?
down.
I have never heard of Unicorn Studio. This is nuts.
I'm
Wow.
in. I'm excited.
And the thing is, Sarah and Marco have no idea what's happening. Unless they have the YouTube stream
Oh
open.
boy.
In which case,
It's true.
keep going, guys. You're doing great.
Wow.
But I'm excited with Flow Ninja's design because it's this full screen carousel, and it's
Mhm.
giving me Netflix vibes. Where you have like a background cover art or something like that.
Yeah.
That's taking up
Yeah.
the whole background, and I like how it's like blurred out. So that seems like very minimalistic, whereas Robusta, like it is very loud and
Wow. Look at that.
that minimalistic. How are they still going to have that minimalistic feel with all this
Right.
loudness happening? So
No, you're totally right, Nelson. It does feel like we sort of, got a little too wowed by the unicorn aspect, and we're like, oh yeah, the theme. We gotta
Yeah.
remember the theme of the project. We've been stunned by bright lights.
Well, I think it's an interesting balance, right? Because you can see the top site of what Alan's working on right now is minimalistic. It's a little bit of a collage there, but the design is minimalistic. It's hard though. You can't help as a design or development team bring some of your flavor. And as we saw in their last kind of bento challenge, their flavor is loud and fun and interesting.
Yeah.
So they're trying to bring some of them into the minimalistic brief.
Totally. And I think that with only 10 minutes left, one of the things that we really have to be concerned about, or rather they have to be concerned about, is are they going to put too much focus on that one wow factor and not enough in the rest of it? Where it seems like Marco and Sarah are really focusing on that one core element. Dang and Alan are like, hey, look at this extra cool thing, and it's time for you to find that balance between what you're going to show us, the audience, and what you want to do as the designer.
Extra credit's great, but if you didn't do the original assignment in the extra credit, it might be all for naught.
But you know what's interesting? I wonder if you guys would take this risk and client work, because I mean, one of the judging criteria is, yes, adherence to the brief, right? So, okay, the style is modern minimalism, and you know, that's kind of still a little bit open-ended. But then the other judging criteria is originality, creativity, out of the box thinking, which is kind of what Robusta is doing. And so like when you have a client kind of like knows, okay, I just want this, but then they can say, oh yes, I know that, but what do you think about this crazy direction? And that could really blow them out of the water too. So ultimately, you know, the audience, you guys are the client, which one do you like, you know? So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if Dang is taking up too much time right now choosing colors and a font. Like he was just running through multiple fonts, and I'm like, is that a really good use of your time right now?
Nelson, it's that thing that we were talking about, like just shifting something back and forth between two different options until the time has run out, rather than making real progressing moves.
Yeah,
this might be where, and going back to something we said earlier, you pointed out, Devin, in their past challenges, they might have kind of stopped a couple minutes early and been like, hey, we've accomplished everything we want to. And the question is, are they playing with things that are extra credit? And then at the end, they're going to go, we had plenty of time, but they could have put more of that emphasis on the brief and utilize the time.
And there's something else I want to point out, Jesse. Now that you said that, I wanted to focus on the two of them for just a moment, and I realized this immediately. I don't think that the audience knew or that we knew, but Dang is doing the unicorn stuff. Alan is still building in Webflow, so we've got it all wrong. Like they are still cooking.
Oh,
guys, it could be a whole distraction. Dang's just kind of like, hey, look over here, and then Alan's look, Alan's cooking this weird memes.
Like meme.
So I don't know, guys. It's very interesting. You know, they did finish early. Maybe Dang's already done, and he's just like giving us some eye candy right now.
Yeah. And one of the things about Flow Ninjas too is like we keep seeing them kind of adjust just one small part of the whole design.
Yeah.
So I've got a feeling we're going to see something like really polished in just that small moment. And every time we cut back to Marco's build, he's got some sort of embed in there with probably JavaScript, assuming, because we can't see it and we have no idea.
Look at those layers.
What's about to happen.
Something's about to happen.
I do feel like there's also a level of confidence when you have, like in Marco's case, such a minimal kind of like small element. Like he knows that whatever is going to come from that is going to be impressive. So like we see a lot of flash and pizzazz over on Team Robusta right now, but like there's this weird kind of like staying quiet, carrying a big stick with this small item on screen right now that I'm like, when the moment comes, it might be something epic.
Yeah. I mean, because there's something to be said about minimalism too that I think people often forget. You'll go to Dribble and you'll search minimalism and you'll get a million hits and people are like, this is minimalism. It's like, sure, minimalism is having less, but also when there are less things, there's more for you to see. Everything's sort of out in the open. There's nowhere to hide behind, maybe what Robusta's doing with the loud animations and the things moving around. That to me is hiding. What Flow Ninja's doing is like true minimalism, where you're taking just the smallest amount of things and you're elevating those things because that's all you've got. When you've only got very little, you need to make just the smallest bits so tight, so pristine and like well animated and just absolutely perfect because there's nowhere to run.
Yeah, I mean, Derek said in the chat, details matter with minimalism, and that's the hard thing
100%.
too. It's reducing it to the most core element of the website and then emphasizing that and presenting it with class. So it's gonna be, that's a tricky thing,
It's easy to try, it's hard to do well, right? Like actual well implemented minimalism. So
All right. Well, we have 5 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. So this is a warning to the teams. 5 minutes left.
I don't know which team to go for right now.
Definitely feel neck and
At the
neck,
beginning,
doesn't
I was like, I like the bento box challenge from Robusta and that the playfulness of it, and then now I feel like it's going towards Flow Ninja because it's like what you guys are saying, the details. It's the very tight, precise details. So can Robusta, when they present, show us some of that details, or wow us with the animations, but still keep it super clean and minimal?
Yeah, I mean, for other themes, sometimes you want to emphasize the emotions, like what emotions you want to evoke from the audience. But this one is like kind of an app, right, with UI. And so I think you want to give that little emotions as they interact with the sliders and they're browsing through the albums. So that it's gonna be really interesting how people interpret that and how they like one over the other.
It kind of feels like we've got Robusta on the right with play and Flow Ninja on the left with work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Flow Ninja's like, we're not here to play around. We're here to actually like show you what we're
here to
really
work.
capable of. And Robusta's like, what if the cursor was also a record?
Devin, do you feel like that is indicative of the way that they kind of think as a team? Like they think of building at scale, and so they can't help but kind of implement more of that detail and structure. Like I'm talking specifically about Flow Ninja.
Absolutely. And I don't think that when I say that, by the way, it's not a slight against either team. I think that when you work in a team, you have to think about being able to hand things off to other people that are just as capable and sometimes even not as capable as you are, so that they can expand upon your idea. And then when you've got Robusta and they're just, there's the two of them, they can afford to play and have fun and do weird things. And like, good for them.
Ellen's excited about something.
They are having fun though. Look,
fist
aren't
bump.
they having fun?
Did he just read a Red Bull or something right now?
They do be having fun. He's reading. He's reading. What
This is
chapter are
good.
you on, Alan?
Look at that. I mean,
We are starting to see Marcos come to life though,
Yeah.
a little bit. I
Oh
just was
my,
seeing the
look at that.
navigational like interaction that's happening, and
he's inspecting. What is going on? Oh, he's like troubleshooting here.
Nice.
Uh-oh.
Console log's like, bud. No sliders here.
Uh-oh.
You're missing a semicolon. We're down to 2 minutes and 40 seconds. This is the time when, like, if your code's not working, abandon ship. Like, you got to do something else. You got to fix it.
2.5
right away.
minutes. Yeah, this is time to refine and tweak and make sure everything works.
Also, this music is hyping me up, man. This is going to be great.
Come
music
on.
is aging me. It's
2-minute warning.
taking years off my life.
And then afterwards, Jesse's gonna go and do a YouTube video like, here's how to work fast in Webflow. And meanwhile, we're like,
I don't have that kind of energy after this, man. I'm stressed.
All right, chat. Where are you at? Let us know. This is gonna be a tight battle. I mean, last match with Joseph, Barry, Melissa Mendez, and we have Justin and Luca. Man, they won. Team Define won by 1 vote. So it's gonna be. This might be another close one. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you guys like this, give us a thumbs up. Give us some love. By the way, we're going to be casting votes. The judges is Johnny Gomez from Webflow and Sergey Sanchev from Finsweet. So we have 2 judges, and then you also have the audience vote as well. So the winning team wins the majority of 3 votes.
Yeah.
1 minute left. Woo!
The last round, it was the audience chose, I think, Team Blue, and then Johnny chose Team Red, and it was just the last judge
Yeah.
had the tiebreaker.
Split decision,
1
yeah.
point. Oh, what a heart stopper that was.
All right, let's bring in the audience or the audio from the teams.
Không có phóng lên.
All right,
Không,
guys,
không,
45 seconds left.
Còn 40 giây. 20 giây.
It's looking good. It's looking good. Finish
All
it
right.
Oh, you know what? You know what? You know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
not
okay,
gonna.
okay.
It's done.
I'm done.
Okay.
All right.
Man.
Oh boy.
Sarah's like, I have done all that I can. Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus is Marco.
10 seconds remaining.
Where's the fav icon?
Yeah. Dang.
Where's
Did you
the
make the
alright
favicon?
When you guys are done, please publish.
Oh, he's doing a language lesson right now.
We're done.
Hands up. It is over. Guys, come on. What a match. What a match. We have a record number of people watching live. We got hearts, blue hearts, red hearts all around. This is so good. Congratulations. Regardless of who wins, we all loved it. So, so good. Marco, Sarah, Dang, Ellen, how are you feeling? Okay. Okay.
Feeling very good right now. Very good.
Confidence, Ellen.
So.
All right.
I would say so and so because we didn't have time to do everything that we wanted, but yeah.
Okay. Well, you know,
All in
we've
all,
been
it's not bad,
commenting and saying that you guys are so confident and the design looks very crisp and clean or professional. So regardless if you didn't hit the target, it's looking really good. So with that, Marco, Sarah, are you ready to present your design?
Yes.
Okay.
So I will start.
All right.
Can you see my screen?
Yes. And Marco, please publish your link and share the link in the chat. And take it away, Sarah.
Ellen, can you hear me? I hope yes. So once upon a time, there was a girl band called K-pop. I'm kidding. So the idea came from the mood boards and the theme, which was the music library, and we wanted to make a real music library where users can actually explore and play music. The design was inspired by the minimalistic mood boards here, and as you can see here, we have a lot of white space, dark space. I played around with different design elements like some basic shapes like square and lines, but really I was trying to keep everything balanced and let the music and visuals really stand out. The slider, which was a part of the wireframe, is designed like an audio player where users can actually change tracks like on any other streaming platforms. So yeah, even though the design is really clean and simple, we were trying to make it super interactive. And I know Marco had a tough job, but I think we pulled it off really, really good.
All right. Great. Marco, time for you to share the
Time for me to shine.
Yeah.
Yes, I already shared the publish link here. So I guess I'm gonna go through the project, even though Sarah already covered the most. But in terms of development side, you can see that it was definitely a challenge. Even though we tried to work as fast as possible, still some things were perhaps even not doable at the time frame. However, it didn't help that I once again wasn't able to export something from Figma, but let's leave that on the side for now. Oh, yeah, actually, I'm sharing the fully wrong screen.
There you go.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking at the laptop. So
All good.
in here, as you can see, we do have some fancy animations in here as well. So each of these are clickable and they are supposed to take you to their own player. However, the player seems to have hidden itself, probably because it's so shy today. But yeah, player is in there somewhere, and we also have one console error, which I hope the judges will forgive. Due to speed, we simply weren't able to locate that as well. But yeah, so far so good.
Wow. Okay. That is awesome. Well done, guys. Woo. Lots of love in the chat for Team Flow Ninja. Okay, that was great. Now, dang, Alan. Alan, I assume you're gonna do the storytelling once again?
Yeah, I think I will.
Okay.
I will. Okay. Oof. So, okay. So we all know music. Like we all have like our taste of music. We try to touch on the 80 errors, 90 errors, but we come to a conclusion that everyone has preferences. So how about let's create something special? Let's create something we call the legendary club. We only pick the best of the best, but only the one that rebellious in nature, aka the artist that rebels against the flow. So we all know like the famous track, Every Day I'm Suffering. You know, when you hover it, you can see the disc. Oh, that's so nice. You know, let's try to refresh again. Oh my God, look at that. You can see the disc spin, and you all know like the famous song Dragon D's, and of course the famous singer Boy. But we are not done here. Where's the slider, Alan? Where's the slider? Whoa, the slider is actually, hang on, it's within the album. Welcome to the DJI, my friend. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that. Oh, another one. But we're not stopping at just one slider. Sorry, 3 sliders. Let's click on one of those. Oh, transitions? What are we looking at? We have another sliders, everybody. Another sliders. And hang on. Is it a simple slider? Is it a simple slider? No, it's not. We are showing the entire thing here. And of course, also not sponsored by Finsweet, but also sponsored by Finsweet. And also not sponsored. Join us as creator, as a final weapon. Thank you very much. That's all for me.
Oh, what presentation skills. Okay. Nelson, you got something to say?
No, you said the exact same words. What presentation skills?
That was great. Oh, wow. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, chat. I'm going to open up the polls here, and you guys can vote for the audience, the people's choice vote. Alan, please share the link in the internal chat, and we're going to share it with the audience as well. Devin, I want to hear from you. How was that?
How was what? Which part? There's so much.
All of it.
Can I just say, I was dying of laughter when Alan talked about the title of the albums. What was one of them? It was Every Day I'm Shuffling, and then the other one was D's what?
It's a track on these.
It's so good. Yeah, no. I mean, can I comment on the work? Am I allowed to do
Yeah,
that?
of course.
Because
of course.
I mean,
this
you know,
is it. This is the time.
kind of shown their stuff off. First of all, I'm so impressed every single time that like they're able to do all of this in just 30 minutes. Like seriously, y'all are the best. It's ridiculous. And it's almost exactly like what we were saying, where Flow Ninja was doing like the more serious, like this is work. Like I was, while they were presenting their stuff, I was in the DOM and I was looking at some of their code, and I noticed that Marco named all of the layers. There's no like div block 90. There's no whatever. There's like, it's like second dash layer, first dash layer. There's a div called positioner that he uses just to like position something on the page. And there's even this effect where, you hover on the album and it comes up, and then the other albums kind of fade back. And I thought, oh, he must be using some like CSS for that to like, fade the other ones while you're hovering on that one. But it turned out that there's actually a appropriately named div that is an overlay that comes up over everything except for the one that you're hovering. And I think that's such a brilliant move in just 30 minutes.
Details.
Yeah, the details. It's ridiculous. I also just really like the typesetting on here, like the type, the really tight mono space up there. It's like, it's big. And then can we jump over to Robusta as well?
Absolutely.
I don't think that we can show this off in the stream, but I would like to point out, if anybody has the link and has clicked it, that Robusta once again added their little favicon to the project. I don't know why, but they've named the project 1, just the number 1. I think that they're saying that they are number one, or maybe that they're going to be the best. Who knows? They know what they're doing. It feels like every single time Robusta does a project, they've got like these little Easter eggs, and I kind of love that about them. It feels like you're getting the website. Sure, everybody has to do the website, but you're getting a little treat too. You're getting a little something.
Yeah, I don't know where to go with this one. It could be either way. Yeah, it's minimalistic but loud for Team Robusta, and then for Flow Ninja, it's minimalistic and professional, and it seems more like a web app where it's like you're really experiencing a catalog of CDs. Man, I don't think I've ever said that in a long time. A catalog of CDs.
Yeah, let's get your CD tower out. You have the CD leather booklet. If you remember those?
Man.
We're just too old.
You may notice that even though these are CD cases, we have vinyl records coming out of them. This is the good
I don't think anybody clocked that.
Yeah, we have one audio file in our office, and he was like, "What are you guys doing? Make the CDs." And we're like, "Oh well, there's no time."
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Any Jesse, thoughts?
I just have I have so much respect for both teams, and I have some similar thoughts and respect for the work that they both did. I mean, obviously the time constraint, the skill level, just the technical kind of execution of everything. But then I have some kind of differing kind of things that are making me in awe of both of them. I just, as a UX designer as well, I just have such a heart for a good experience, making things navigationally easy for the user. I think about extendability, and so it makes me think of Flow Ninja in that way, because I can see this becoming and scaling up to a full-blown web application. And this is really the foundations to that. Thinking like that to me is amazing. I love that. And then when I think about Team Robusta, I think about how they cannot help but bring their amazing storytelling and loudness and energy into anything that they do. So there's just I just have respect on all sorts of sides for it. And I think that they went at the same thing and applied their different skill sets, and maybe they're bent towards that direction. I just think it's really cool to see it executed in such a short amount of time. So really, really cool, really interesting for me to see.
Yeah, amazing. All right, everyone. Well, I'm going to close the votes here. It just keeps climbing. There's definitely more votes than people, but it seems like for the people's choice, it goes over to Flow Ninja. So well done for winning the hearts of the people. I do have the results from the judges here. And so, are you guys ready? Let's go. This team will be advancing to the finals. Okay. All right, so for match 6, the winning team of the semifinals, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Team Flow Ninja.
Woo!
Congratulations. Wow. That was so good. Dang, Alan, amazing storytelling. Let's hear from you guys. You guys will be going for the third place match, but let's hear from you guys.
But yeah, just thank you so much for everyone, really. Thank you, Dang, for being an awesome teammate and amazing designers. I can see a lot of Vietnamese people in here as well. Thank you for you all to show up at this hours. And I can see several people from my community as well. So hello. But yeah, thank you so much. Dang, over to you.
I just want to say that to Flow Ninja, congrats on your win. When we learned the news that we are gonna compete with you guys, we were actually panicked a little bit, and then we've been practicing for almost every day ever since. But yeah, thank you for being an inspiration for us to push ourselves forward, and I think I couldn't have create such a fun vibe of a design in such a short amount of time without thinking about how to win against you guys. So thank you for that. And Yeah, good luck. Good luck with your next match.
All right.
Thank you guys so much. I would say this has been probably the biggest challenge we've had so far. We, as you said, we sort of panicked when we saw that we will be meeting you guys here as well. We were like, okay, maybe this would have been a better match for the finals, but it seems that we had to meet in this round. I would definitely say kudos to all that you guys have made. I've seen some amazing interactions here, like WebGL and stuff. So, really great work, and hope we meet again next year.
All right. Sarah, anything from you?
Yes, could you please? I can't hear anything. I would like to congratulate you guys because you were an inspiration for us, and this was really intense and challenging. And yeah, I would like to meet you sometimes because you're awesome.
Amazing. Love it. I love it. There's no trash talking here. It's all love. And yeah, that's beautiful. So congratulations. Jesse, Nelson, Devin, would love to hear from you guys before we wrap this up.
This one was a nail biter, and I just I did not know which way it was gonna go. It's really, really cool. I think also just my favorite part about this whole speed challenge thing is like how much respect the teams have for each other. It's super fun. It's even though it's a challenge, it's like a positive, uplifting, like encouraging thing in the design development community. So that's for me one of the funnest things to see.
Yeah, same here. I mean, so much positivity and like, you know, it sounds cliche to say, but everyone's a winner. Like everyone who's watching right now, you get to see what's possible. Not within 30 minutes. I mean, they've been practicing, but like what's possible when you just, you know, let go of the limitations and just be creative and just have fun. And that was the whole purpose of the arena, the whole idea of it. Just how do you have fun when all you're doing is just client work here and there? And it's like, you know what? Don't forget, this creativity is a playground, and it is just fun to see how Flow Ninja and Robusta have taken this challenge. And I have so much respect for them and for everyone who's coming to the arena from here on out to the future, because this is not the end of it. This is not the end of it.
This is something that myself and the judges do every day. We do Figma, we do Webflow, but seeing them up here is like, I mean, it's really a whole other game. Like we're down here and they're up here.
Yeah, and you've competed too, Devin. You know,
and I've competed, and I even talked to Josh before this started, and I was like, I want to compete, but now I'm seeing you guys compete, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'll commentate and talk trash instead. You know? So like, it just seeing the amazing design done, the amazing builds done in 30 minutes, working in tandem, sometimes in the same place, sometimes not, and then like Nelson and Jesse said, my favorite part is that, you know, both teams, no matter who's competing, are always like, I love your work, I love your work, and everybody's just like, I love your work, and that's my favorite. Everybody understands that the other team is in fact a threat, and you should be worried.
Well, thank you both teams for showing up, giving it your all. Really appreciate you. Flow Ninja, you will be advancing again against Team Define. It's like a battle of the agencies, so that's going to be really fun. Alan, Dang, we'll see you again next Tuesday. It's going to be a short break against Double Trouble for third place. So yeah, I know you didn't think about that one, so get ready for that. That's going to be fun. All right, everyone, we're going to bring it over. Well, first off, I want to share, if you want to join and experience this yourself, you can download the files for free in Figma here. Go check out figma.com/@thearena, or you can go to the website here, scroll on the bottom, and then you can look at the videos. They got Figma files and the assets all here for each match. So have a go at it with your friends. It'll be fun. So with that, next match we have Double Trouble, and the mystery team there is Robusta. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.